Welcome to the Tech and Accent podcast.
Here you learn about being an expat, working abroad, technology, and more from non-native English speakers. Let's get into it.
Welcome to another episode of Tech and Accent. Today we have a guest that is in Italy, and we are far in time, we are far in location, so welcome Augusto.
Thanks for having me. My name is Augusto Galego. I live in Padova, Italy, and yeah.
Nice, and I wish I can go to Italy soon because I really like the culture and also I like travel, so maybe one day I will be there. Could you introduce
Italy is
yourself
very
a bit?
beautiful. Sure, yeah. I am a backend developer. I was born in Florianopolis. I lived in Florianopolis for 25 years. Recently, I've moved to Italy with my girlfriend because she's doing her master's here, and I just came with her. I work remotely I was working for an Australian company. Now I'm working for kind of a multinational, hires all over the European Union.
Oh, that's cool. So you're more like exploring the world with her, and now you're working remotely.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't mind that much where I live. I'm just following her, to be honest. And Italy's a great place. Like, it's not super different from Brazil. The food's good. There's a lot of things to do here, traveling. It's a good country. I like being here.
I'm not sure if I would be correcting my diet if I was in Italy, because pizza is my weakness.
They do have really good pizza, but I think the Italians eat healthy in general. Like, the food here is really, really fresh. It's really good. And like, of course, there's pizza, there's pasta, but they also eat a lot of seafood, a lot of really healthy stuff outside of pizza and pasta.
I think
It's a good diet, I think.
Italy has a blue zone, right?
I don't... Oh, the blue zone is the people over 100 years?
Yeah. It's a zone that there are a lot of people. I don't know where exactly in Italy, but I think they have...
I think it's in Sardinia, the island on the south. It's a big island. I think there they have a lot of, really old people.
And Sardinia is part of Italy?
Yes, Sardinia is part of Italy.
Yeah, I think this is the place.
Yeah.
So talking about Italy and talking about culture, could you tell us a bit of if there is a cultural shock that you had when you arrived in Italy?
Yeah, there's definitely a culture shock. Like, so since she's in the university, we have a lot of friends, international friends from India, from the US, from all over the place. We also have friends from Brazil as well. So there's a culture shock of being in a multicultural place with lots of people from all over the world, and each of them, they're a bit different. They bring with them their culture from their homes. I've made a lot of Iranian friends, and the Iranians are really cool. Like, they're lovely people. So there's the international thing. We met a lot of international people, and there are the Italians. Now, the Italians, they seem rude, but I don't think they are. Like, they're just hard to get to know. Like, most Europeans are kind of hard to get to know, you know, a little bit more colder people, a little bit more secluded. But once you get to know them, they're actually quite nice. They actually care about you. So there's definitely culture shock. People are not as open as they are in Brazil, but they're nice. They're respectful. It's a good place to be.
Oh, nice. I didn't expect the part of the cold, because in Canada it's similar. In Canada it's hard to make friends.
I think Canada's a bit worse than Italy in this aspect, because Italians are very, loud and cheerful and making noise and whatnot. But it also depends on the region, because we are in the north of Italy. And in the south of Italy, it's a little bit more like Brazil. In the north, they're a bit more German, let's say,
Mm-hmm. And what is the thing you most like in Italy?
What I most like in Italy is the possibility of traveling. Like, we live in Padova. I could get a train and go to Venice in 20 minutes for €4. that's so great. Like there's so much stuff to do. I could be in Florence in 2 hours. I could be in Milan in 2 hours as well. I can go by train to Rome, and I can see the Colosseum that I had always wanted to see. Now I saw it. It's great, but traveling in Italy is so easy and it's so fun, and there's so much to do here. The country is beautiful. There's the beach. There's a lot of mountains to do snowboarding and skiing. There's a lot to do. Traveling here is really easy. It's cheap and it's fun.
Oh, so you
That's
said
the best thing, I think.
You said beach and mountains. I'm wondering
Yeah.
if you have four seasons,
4 seasons?
like winter. Because
Oh yeah.
in Canada we have 4 seasons because winter is cold, is really cold and snow,
Yeah.
and then you have the other 2 like spring that in Brazil I used to
Yeah,
have
autumn.
only 2 in my mind. Don't know if
Yeah,
you see
Brazil
it.
has only 2 seasons. I think so too. Yeah, I think the same. Yes, here we have 4. It is. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I spin around. We are in autumn, so all the leaves from the trees are falling.
Oh, nice! It's
Yeah.
really similar to here.
4 seasons.
How cold is
Yeah.
today?
I don't know, 9 maybe 9 Celsius. I think.
Oh, here's 0.
Let me check.
I was expecting you to tell me 30.
It's 8 right now.
So if you go to the south, is the same or no?
So the south is a lot hotter, but it doesn't change too much. But it's a little bit hotter. So Rome is right in the middle of Italy, and Sicily is in the very bottom. So Sicily would be the hottest part. Rome is in the middle, and the north is colder.
Oh, that's nice. It's a podcast about geography too, and I think some
Yeah.
people they have the same problem of me that doesn't know exactly the places. So I asked you
Yeah,
about the thing you most like. What is the
Yeah.
thing that you most dislike?
Right. So this is not Italy specific. Like the thing I most dislike is being away from friends and family. That's really the big thing. I don't care about the rest really. I mean, food in Brazil we know is great, but I'm not a person that misses food that much or whatever. I just miss family and friends, and that's all really.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest part of living abroad, right?
Yeah, I think it's the hardest part. I mean, if my family lived here, I'd have no problem whatsoever. It'd be cool.
Yeah. So you're speaking a very, very good English. How about your Italian? Do you speak Italian too?
No, my Italian sucks. It's terrible. I can so Italian is similar to Portuguese. So we can, if you stay here like a month or 2, you start to understand things. But when you're talking, you can't really talk that well. I speak Italian, but I mix it with Spanish a lot. So my Italian is very bad. But I can understand it. We, as people born in Brazil, it's not so difficult to understand Italian.
Yeah, I guess Spanish is easier for you because in your place you have a lot of Argentinos during the summer. So you practice.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
But is Italian much different from Spanish?
Well, I think it is. Yes, it's a very different language. But like if you know Spanish, you can learn it. You can learn Italian well in 1 year, I think.
Mhm.
I think 1 year if you study correct. I mean, my girlfriend has done this. She speaks Italian quite well. It's not perfect, but it's very very understandable. She can communicate with everyone, and she learned it in 1 year.
Oh, that's nice. Sometimes I was watching something on TV and it was from Barcelona, I guess, and the people were speaking Catalan, and
Catalan.
I was, is it Italian? And then I realized, no, it is not Italian. It's Catalan. I don't know if it's
Catalan's a
similar,
crazy
but
mix.
it's
Yeah,
a mix.
it sounds. So, I think it sounds like something between Spanish and French, in my opinion.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question that is the classic question of this episode. That is,
Right.
what was your most embarrassing moment living abroad?
My most embarrassing moment living abroad.
Feel free to not tell us the most, but if you can, would be
Sure,
nice.
sure. I'm trying to think. I don't know that I had a super embarrassing moment. Well, one time I got really drunk at a party and I got lost, and it took me forever to get back home. And I was trying to ask people for directions, and I couldn't understand them. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
the
good
most
one.
embarrassing I can think. But
So-
I've only been here 1 year, so not that many embarrassing moments.
Okay, that's good. It's a good metric.
Yeah.
I think I'm in Canada for 5 years and I have made 3 in my mind. But of
Alright,
course,
yeah.
if I try to remember, I will find more.
Yeah, exactly. I could probably think of more stuff.
So you said in the beginning about the work that you don't work in Italy, right?
Right.
So you never worked with Italians.
No, never.
Okay, yeah, me neither. I once in life I had a flatmate that she was from Italy. Oh no, I had two. The guy was also from Italy, and they were awesome. So I guess you don't.
They're cool. They're
you
nice people. Yeah.
Yeah,
But here, there's one problem with working in Italy. It's that all the companies want you to have fluent Italian. At least the tech companies that I interviewed for, I was always disqualified because I don't know Italian that well, and so it's really hard for them to find candidates, and it's hard for us because I mean, I don't know Italian, so if people want to move to Italy, they should learn Italian for sure, because Italians are very they really want to speak Italian.
do you have like a work permit to work there, or you also need a work
Yeah,
permit?
so my granddad is from Portugal. Half my family still lives in Portugal, so we have the citizenship, so we can work here.
Oh, that's great. So you don't need to work only in Italy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big advantage.
Yeah.
So if you know a Brazilian that is listening to us, or not only a Brazilian, but anyone in the world, and this
Yeah.
person wants to go to Italy, but there is no visa and there is no Italian, what would
Right.
you recommend to this person to live in Italy? If it's
I
possible,
mean,
I don't know if
you,
it's possible. Maybe
yeah.
it's an impossible mission.
It's hard. Like I think so there are a couple of ways of getting to Italy, right? The way my girlfriend did is she graduated university and she applied for a master's. So when you apply for the master's, they will give you a study visa and you can stay here for as long as your master's is, which is 1 or 2 years. That's a way of getting to Italy. Once you get here with a student visa, you can find some work here. So you could work here, and then you could, after you finish your master's, you could get like a proper work visa, and you can keep staying in Italy. That's one way of getting in. Another way would be to get a visa for skilled labor. That would be someone hire you for to do their job. But if your plan is to come to Italy, I think you should learn Italian. I think it's important. It'll make things a lot easier. I didn't, because I came here kind of like as a tourist, I'm working remotely. I don't care where I'm basically a tourist. But yeah, if your plan is to come here, work here, live your life here, Italian is a good language to learn.
It's always a new language too, right? So
Yeah, and come on, it's not super hard. It's similar to Portuguese. You can learn it. If people really want to, like, it's possible.
And between English and Italian, which one would you suggest for people?
Well, if you want to come to Italy, Italian. If you want to go anywhere else in the world, English for sure.
Okay,
Like,
that's a nice
so
answer.
yeah,
Oh, please
you're in
continue.
tech. Yeah, I'm in tech as well. We know that like English is the best language in the world to learn. It's the one that opens you the most doors, the most possibilities. So especially if you're in tech, yeah, I think you should learn English. I think it's a great thing that you're going to do for your life, and you're going to carry that with you forever.
Yeah, your answer is really good because I was expecting you to say English, but when you said
Yeah,
if you want to come here, learn Italian,
yeah,
and thinking now, I think the same answer would apply for Quebec, where I live in Canada. That if you want
it's
to,
French.
yeah, here it's bilingual, but it's not everyone bilingual. They
I see.
go to Brazil and they say, oh, we're bilingual, but it's not everywhere. So some places, if you don't know French, you don't have a job. So I would say
I
if you
see.
want to get a job in Quebec, French is the way. But of course, English is gonna help you to get better jobs, to get more money, and etc.
Yeah. Also here, like, so for example, I've gotten some job offers for the Netherlands, for example, and they don't want me to learn Dutch. I can speak only English. So even if you come to Europe and you go to a place like, let's say, the Netherlands or Belgium or Germany, sometimes knowing English is enough. It gets really far.
Hmm. Yeah, some friends told me that it's hard to learn Dutch because they switch to English, so you
Yeah,
cannot
yeah, yeah.
practice.
So this happens with young people in Italy as well. If you talk like most old people, they only speak Italian, but young people they know English. So you start talking to them in Italian, they see that you talk very bad Italian, and they switch to English.
Mm.
So it's a little bit hard to learn as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. And talking about yourself again, like I saw on Twitter that you have a very nice project that you create videos and you help people. I will give
Yeah,
you a bit of space for you to tell us what is this and to people to follow you, to go and see your work. So if you could tell them what is
yeah,
this
sure.
that you're doing.
So I'm very proud of this. This is a project that I started in October. It's it's probably the reason I'm here as well. It's how we met on Twitter. The project that I'm doing is I am recording videos of 100 topics that I think you should know if you want to interview for a senior position. If I'm being honest, I'm basing myself on the big tech companies hiring process, their hiring interviews. So if you go online, you can research how Meta, how Google, how Amazon conduct their interviews, and there are certain topics that they always show up. So what I want to do is I want to teach you what those topics are, because it will make you a better developer, in my opinion, and it will make it easier for you to do well in pretty much all interviews going forward. I think it's the kind of work that I do, the kind of things that I teach. It's really hard to find in Portuguese. There's a lot in English, but I don't see it that much in Portuguese. I think it's a little niche that we don't talk that much in Portuguese about those kinds of things in the internet. So I chose the niche for myself. I started recording videos. The first like 9 videos no one saw, and then it started getting some traction on Twitter. Some people started liking, reposting it, and now they get a lot of views. My videos, people seem to really like them. I'm really proud of it. The Twitter handle, my name is Rio Galego, Galego like my last name, and yeah, I've done 25 videos so far. I will do 100, and I have no idea what I'll do after. I just want to do this work because I really like it. The community, the networking, getting to know people like you, for example, Alekson. It's very nice. It's a nice thing to do, and it's become a hobby of mine.
Yeah, it's awesome, and definitely I can see you having fun doing that, and it's really nice to see someone helping others and having fun. So congrats for the great
Yeah,
work.
Yeah, I try to help people, and it's like you meet so much nice people, and like I've met a lot of people send me messages that they are in university and my videos help them. So like that makes me really happy. Because I remember being in university and like doing the same thing, taking the same tests that they're taking now, and it's nice to get in contact with people like that.
Yeah, I'm not in university. I'm 10 years later, or no, 13 years later after university.
Yeah.
But I saw one video, I don't remember exactly what was it, but it was something I didn't know, and if one day I need that, it can help me too. I'm not a programmer. I do programming, but I'm not a programmer. So I know where to go now.
You're QA, right?
Yeah, I'm quality engineer that does some programming, does some quality.
Yep.
So probably I will need to learn a bit more of programming, so I know where to go. And
yeah, it's good.
Talking about learning and etc., do you have any goals for the next year?
For the next year,
2024?
Yeah.
This episode probably is gonna be posted on 2024, so this year.
Yeah, this year. I don't have anything specific in mind. Like, one thing is that when I do my videos, I learn a lot by doing them. So, really, and I'm 26 years old, right? So I'm young. In my opinion, I'm in the beginning of my career. I wanna learn as much as possible still. I still want to learn a lot, and I believe that by learning, by becoming a good professional, by having a good understanding, you like all the opportunities they will open up for you at some point. So I'm not worried about getting a lot of money now, getting a great job now, whatever. I'm more focused on the learning, and I want to do some side projects as well. I have some 2 applications in mind that I'll share later down the year. But they'll also be focused on helping people that are a little bit more in the beginning of their career.
That's awesome, and I love the mindset of I'm just in the beginning, because it's kind of true. If we see a long path like of 30 years, like some old guys that created like big things before, they are like 60s today, 70s.
Yeah, we're in the beginning. I mean, I don't know how long have you been in your career. I've been in mine for 6 years, 6 or 7, I think. I'm going to do 30 or 40 years in this career, man. I'm only on the beginning.
Yeah, I think it's 13 years. I started in 2010 with testing. I started 2009 with, the census of Brazil?
Yeah.
I was in the tech part of helping the people that would collect information. So that was my first job. It was
nice.
Yeah, I had to do a test and see who was the best in the test, and I think it was only 2, and I got the job. So I'm happy with that.
Nice.
But
you're young as well, right?
Yeah.
How old are you?
33.
Yeah,
I would be 33 in some months. Yeah, I consider myself in the beginning, and I want to go as we said in the beginning, as we talked about blue zones. I want to be able to be a blue zone guy too. So
me too.
I'm working hard to take care of myself.
Yeah, and I want to be active as well. Like I don't want to like get to be 60 years old and then do nothing. Come on, that'll be boring. I want to do some stuff.
Exactly. At least help people on internet, doing podcasts and sharing content. Yeah, so today I'm a bit tired because yesterday I did my 3rd workout of the week. So on my body I feel, I don't think you have this problem because 26 is a good age. But I started thinking, okay, something wrong here. And then I started to, now it's been more than 1 month that I'm taking care of my food. So my recovery is much better, but I still need to improve. So we have to take care of this.
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, so is there any question that you think I should answer in this podcast today?
That you should answer. Well, yeah, I can think of something. What's some advice that you would give to yourself when you were, let's say, 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I would be 23.
Yeah.
I would.
What advice would you give you to? Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you a context. I went to Ireland in 2012 to learn English, and
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, I read that on Twitter. Yeah.
and you probably saw that I also lost my mother. So after that, I thought, okay, you only live once, and I had that in my mind, like you're gonna die, blah blah blah. And then I kind of didn't care about me, like I will drink a lot, I will do a lot of stuff. And in 2023, not 2023, when I was 23, I saw myself like drinking every day. Like, okay, there is something wrong
I
here.
see. Yeah.
So I would tell myself, take care of yourself. Because if you want to live 100 years, you have to take care. So stop killing yourself. And that would be my advice. And today I do it, and it helps me a lot.
That's good. Good stuff.
Thanks for asking that. And do you have any final message that you'd like to tell people?
Sure. I think most people listening to this are going to be people interested in pursuing a tech career, and they'll probably be in the beginning of their career as well. So my message would be focus on learning. Every time that I focused on learning instead of anything else, it has always helped me. It's gotten to where I am, and it's bringing great things to my life. It always has. Learn as much as you can. Your brain is your biggest asset.
That's a great advice, and I'm really happy for having you today here. Thanks a lot, Augusto, for sharing all your knowledge and your background.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
Have a good one, and talk to you on Twitter, and I see you on your projects.
Yeah, I'll see you, man. Talk to you.
This podcast was edited by Ralf Carneiro.